For over a quarter of a century, I've held a conviction that remains unshaken. Puppet Master 4 and 5 are the pinnacle of the Puppet Master series, a sentiment that still holds true today. Sure, the original Puppet Master carved its niche in horror history, and parts 2 and 3 absolutely have their merits, especially part 3, but it's the 4th and 5th installments that truly capture the essence of what makes this series special for me. They offer some of the richest stories and some of the most well-crafted characters in the series, and while that may sound like an easy feat to accomplish, given the objective decline in quality after part 5, it's important to remember that when you're discussing Puppet Master as a whole, you're contending with Puppet Master 3 no matter how you slice it, which contains heavy hitters like Guy Rolfe, Richard Lynch, and Sarah Douglas, whose performances in that movie were inarguably brilliant. So yes, when I say Puppet Master 4 and 5 are right up there with 3 as far as memorable characters go, I'm not just saying that lightly. But the characters on display in Puppet Master 4 and 5 are just too damn memorable. But let's be honest, if we were discussing acting chops alone, Puppet Master 3 would eat every other entry in this franchise. But anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Puppet Master 4. Released in 1993 and directed by Jeff Burr, this film takes a bold step. It transformed the puppets from bad guys into protectors, battling demonic forces from the netherworld. It's set in a reality where the boundary between science and magic blurs, where a young prodigy and his friends encounter the wrath of underworld demons. This installment breathes life into the puppets in a way that's both thrilling and deeply engaging. The introduction of the Decapitron puppet and the return of Andre Toulon via puppet are also pure genius, and once again played by Guy Rolfe, mind you. In Puppet Master 4, we dive into a narrative that seamlessly intertwines the realms of the supernatural and the scientific. The protagonist, Rick Myers, is a young man of immense talent, straddling the world of advanced AI and the mystical secrets left behind by Andre Toulon. The puppets, under Toulon's lingering guidance, shifts from their haunting origins to become guardians of their new friends, rather than slashers. This unexpected role reversal is not just a twist in the plot, it's a redefinition of the entire series. It challenges our perceptions of these iconic characters, taking us on a journey that's as much about self-discovery as it is about fighting off the demonic totems prowling around the Bodega Bay Inn. Then there's Puppet Master 5, which continues the narrative with the same intensity and creativity. This 1994 sequel, also directed by Jeff Burr, encapsulates the evolution of the series. It's more than just a horror flick. It's a story about legacy and about the battle against otherworldly forces. Watching Rick Myers take on the mantle as the new Puppet Master, rallying the puppets, and defending against the King Totem makes for a gripping story. The way these films blend horror with a sense of adventure and dark fantasy is unparalleled. The film escalates the conflict with the introduction of Sutek's own life essence-infused totem, the aforementioned King Totem, raising the stakes to all new levels. The sequel doesn't just follow up on its predecessor, it expands the narrative scope, exploring themes of power, responsibility, and the fine line between human and puppet. I love these two movies, and yet I still want the Puppet Master trilogy that could have been, but never was, the Puppet Wars trilogy, a concept that promised to be epic, but tragically, it never materialized due to financial constraints. The idea of revisiting the Puppet Master universe and expanding it into a larger battlefield of supernatural forces remains one of the great unfulfilled promises in low-budget, straight-to-video horror cinema. But alas, I digress. Puppet Master 4 and 5 stand as testaments to the creative heights the Puppet Master series achieved. They encapsulated everything great about the Puppet Master universe, the intrigue, the horror, the unexpected twists and turns. They are, without a doubt, the best of the series, blending the lore's depth with cinematic excitement. These films didn't just entertain, they expanded the scope of what a low-budget, straight-to-video horror franchise could be, and for that, they'll always hold a special place in the hearts of fans, and truly should have been the end of the franchise overall, because after Puppet Master 5, the franchise really went downhill.